John, a very warm greeting to you and to Encarnita from Jane and me. And a big happy birthday to you. On this big birthday, I want to praise you. To me, you have been a boss, a mentor, and a friend. But most of all, you've been a model, a role model, and in so many ways. When you were a young actuary at the Sun Life, and I was a young actuarial student, with hair, and lots of it, you were the next thing to a Greek god to me and all the other students. To us aspiring actuaries, you were JRG, George. George is kind of an ugly nickname if it hadn't always been spoken with such respect and admiration. You were so approachable, so patient, so genuinely helpful, so interested in us, in our work, and in our lives. You were a role model as a boss. You were a role model as a professional actuary. What you did and how you chose to do it taught us so much. You didn't just ply your trade to the highest professional standards, although you certainly did that. But more than that, you clearly intended to accomplish things for others, to answer questions that people didn't even know they had, to create value for your company, your customers, your colleagues and your subordinates, and for the general good. There was never a hint of self-service about George. Not at all surprisingly, John rose in the ranks of the company, and he became president of the Sun Life. And then, of course, he changed. Everybody changes when they get to the top, right? Wrong. John, you were still the same modest, unassuming, genuine, approachable person you had always been and still are. You were a role model as president. There are few like you at that level of executive management. Most important of all, John, you were a role model as a family man, as a husband, as a father. Our friendship of 50 years is based more on this than on anything work-related. You and Encarnita, bless you also Encarnita for this, you welcomed young actuarial students and fellows into your homes. You tolerated the invasion of your Montreal home by young actuarial students at what seems in retrospect to have been at all hours of the day and night. I will always cherish the memory of being the frightfully scary tickle monster to 4-, 5-, and 6-year-old Maria Luisa. When we all moved to the U.S., you and Encarnita invited us to your house on special occasions, or just because. You were in many respects our surrogate family during those otherwise lonely early days in a new and unfamiliar place. If we learned as fathers to really love our families, a lot was owed to your great example, John. But, my friend John, I do have one complaint. If my boss and mentor, George, hadn't convinced me, on my 25th birthday no less, to move to the United States, then Jane and I would not have lived in New England for 44 years, and we'd probably be in that room with you right now. We hope this video salute will help to apologize for our absence. We wish you a very happy 80th birthday and many more.